Okay, I won't lie, I don't know if you guys can hear me right now. Alright, if anyone is in chat, please tell me, can you hear me? Because if not, I fucking hate this app. If you can, I fucking hate you. That looks like a pretty nice ramen place. Shame I couldn't go in there. Oh, fuck. What a day. So first day back at work for like, I want to say 5 or 6 days after I had the vaccine shot. It was something. It was certainly something. First person that I spoke with. So I think I told you guys this, but I'm doing it like a click and collect service at my job right now. And so what's really frustrating is I've been told by my management, hey, if you have a customer at the door, even though we're doing click and collect, just serve them anyway. So I'm serving them, but basically I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. So the way that I serve them is I'll stay an appropriate distance away, right? And then not only that, I kind of just push them to call the store, because if we want to do a contract, you can't just do it face to face anymore. So you have to call. So I'm basically just getting people to call and then go through the sales procedure with them over the phone. Anyway, reason I bring that up, before I talk about this guy, I've been told not to do that anymore. So basically what they want me to do is literally just say the entire spiel, the entire plan at the door, and only get them to call if they're actually going to process the sale. Which really sucks, because it just kind of throws away the safety measures. But whatever, it is what it is. So first customer, he's 100% the type of person. By the way, I'm out of breath already because I haven't done this in a long time. A long time being 5 or 6 days. And I'm going up the hill. So, first customer is literally exactly the type of person that I would get them to call. Because he just talked shit. He was just constantly making jokes, which is fine. I'm happy to play along with your jokes, even if they aren't very funny. It's a part of the charm of sales, right? But basically, Like, it was just the first person that I speak to about my job in a week is literally just wasting my time, you know? It fucking annoyed me, man. Anyway, I'm gonna catch my breath.
We're a bit busy at the moment.
Well, this is not acceptable.
I'm trying to get you.
I want that now. That is not there. I call the sex thing right there.
Well, you know what you
Monka S. Alright, do we have anybody in chat? I'd like to start talking, but it's fucking awkward when I don't have anything to go off. Especially in public. Because then I'm just like randomly fucking recounting my day. I need some material, chat, please. Otherwise, I'm literally just gonna flip the camera and just document the walk. Speaking of, Holy fucking shit, finally somebody in chat. Steph, can you hear me alright? Dude, it's been like 22 minutes. I don't know why. These usually pop off in the beginning because people are actually available around this time. But then, yeah, for some reason today, nobody. But whatever. How you doing, man? So I'm taking a different route today because I just wanted to see what this way is. I don't know if this is even going to lead me home. I think I know where this goes, but I don't actually know. So we could very well just get lost, and it could be a while. Like, you know how it usually takes me about an hour and a half, like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half on my normal route? This could end up taking like 2-3 hours, which is a good thing. Oh, that looks really fucking cool. Dude, I'm not going to, but I would love to get to the top of that and just slide down. Now, I'm not going to because I'll get some weird looks, and I already get enough weird looks as it is with the camera in my hand. So, just watched an episode of a show and had a very early dinner. What are you watching? And what did you have? I'm not gonna lie, another thing I want to do at some point today is find some food. I've got the next 2 days off, so I need to go do some grocery shopping. I was thinking of doing that on the way home during this stream. Maybe raid the Woolworths or the Coles. Then again, I think this way kind of leads towards Kingsford, which is basically like where I used to live with Chris, right? So there's a lot of like pretty cool little grocery stores there that we could go to. I'm gonna take this off-road path and see what happens, because it kind of leads up and there's too many people over there and I don't want to get too many looks. But this looks cool. Money heist. What is money heist? Bacon and eggs on toast for dinner? Damn. And you know what? Breakfast for dinner is pretty damn good. I won't lie, I've been eating a lot of cereal. I shouldn't, but I've been eating a lot of cereals, specifically Wheat Bix, which I don't really like Wheat Bix, but I don't hate it either. Like it's all right. Like, it's kind of like if I have nothing else, I'll eat it. But I've been eating that for dinner pretty much the last like 3 days. Dude, this is cool. I had no idea this existed. There's a golf course there. Through the bushes, there's a fucking golf course. Dude, I'm about to get hit in the head by a golf ball. 100%. This is going to be the end of DeeZie TV. It's a show, a Spanish show, Caliente, on Netflix, based on a group of people who rob a bank. Interesting, interesting. Dude, that looks nice. Oh, that's the golf. I know where we are, actually. That's a golf range in the distance there I've been to. It's actually pretty fun. I wouldn't mind streaming that, to be honest. I'm trash. Like, it's a kind of an effort for me to get the ball in the air. Because, I don't know if you know this, but I used to be, when I was a kid, a pretty avid tennis player. So, when I play tennis, it's always about like keeping the ball as low as possible across the net, right? A lot of topspin, a lot of slice, depends on what you're trying to do. So for whatever reason, I always hit the ball in golf kind of the same way as how I hit it in tennis. And the ball just, it goes far. It goes really far, but like really close, like across the ground. I don't know. Dude, this is actually a pretty nice area. If I'm not mistaken, past here a little bit, past these buildings is kind of an area called Zetland, I think. And Zetland is basically like, from when I was a kid, it wasn't anything. It was kind of like the slums. But now it's kind of one of the newly built, like, really nice plaza areas. And they were the first area in this, like in the eastern suburbs, pretty much, to get NBN. Like, it was actually an area that I was thinking of going to live, just purely based on the fact that they had NBN, so I could stream. So that sounds funny the way that you said that, is if you use one arm to swing the club. You know what though? It might as well be. Like, I guess another thing to keep in mind, so I don't know how much you know about tennis, right? But on your backhand, you either choose a two-handed or a one-handed backhand. You can obviously do both, but for most people, once you start with one, you kind of get comfortable with it, and so it just feels awkward doing it in a different style. Like, I've watched interviews of Roger Federer, for example. He's a one-handed backhand player, right? And so he's basically talking about in this interview how if he were to teach his kids tennis, he would teach them two-handed backhand, 100%, because it's the weakest part of his game. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because I literally cannot do two-handed backhands. I tried, because my tennis coach was like, it's the best, like, form. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. But I'd already started, like, naturally hitting the ball backhand with one hand. And so it just felt too awkward for me. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because pretty much when I hit the ball in golf, I kind of let go with one hand. Like, I'll charge up, or like, I don't know, what do you want to call it, but like I'll aim and then swing back. Once I actually release the swing, I kind of let go a little bit too early. So I lose a lot of power because I'm like pretty much hitting the ball with one hand. It's like it's pretty much a backhand, a backhand swing. Dude, that area looks so nice. I wonder if we could walk through that on one of these streams. You know what? I actually saw one of those newly built, like, plaza areas in the suburb that I live that I had no idea existed, because it's a newly built area. It was when Tom came over, right? The last time he came over, which was like a year ago. And dude, I gotta say, it's been a thing about, like, I would love to go and stream something there, but I haven't been able to because of the lockdown. Anyway, where's the stream raiders? Listen, we got to figure out a way to do stream raiders at the same time as IRL streams. That'd be kind of cool. What I was thinking, because after this, when I get home, I'm gonna probably do a bunch of stuff on, like, YouTube and uploading and stuff like that. If my internet can handle it, what I might do is pretty much like jump into the Discord voice chat and then stream what I'm doing. It's not going to be anything interesting, but I guess what we could do is while I'm doing that, I could start stream raiders and you guys can drop units in, see if we can keep our 100% win rate going, see if we can beat a boss or something. That'd be kind of cool. Oh god. So, if I'm not mistaken, when I was a kid, I used to live pretty close to where I am right now. I wouldn't mind going to see if I can find that place. So we moved around when I was a kid a lot, right? But yeah, it's always been in the eastern suburbs. So I used to live in Mascot, which we're not so far away from that, but that's kind of closer to the airport. That was kind of like my first true childhood home. It wasn't the first place, but it's the first one where like we had the, how do you want to call it? Like the family was all together. It was me, my sister, my mom, and at the time stepdad. And we had a family dog. And there's a lot of memories. Like I had I actually had friends. I actually had friends that lived like next door that I can actually remember. Some of which I've talked to relatively recently. Dude, I remember we used to sit down on the footpath outside that place. And I used to like play Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's like, I don't remember anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh with some of the kids there. And then there was another kid, I can't remember his name, but he went to the rival school to my school. But one thing about streaming in public, I kind of feel bad because I just want to let people go past. I don't want to film them. Anyway, that kid and I, like, so I never really got into football, like Australian football. Not Aussie rules or whatever the fuck it's called, AFL. I'm talking like proper Australian football, like NRL. The real sport. And so he's like the first person that kind of got me into it. And so we used to kick the football. Just like kind of trying to kick it as high as we could, but specifically on the footpath. And if you have kicked an Australian football, you might know how hard that is, especially when you're like first starting out and you have no aim and you're a kid. So there were so many times where I've kicked the ball as a kid and just like smacked it really close to a window, broken some windows. But he was the first person that kind of taught me how to play, how to kick the ball, how to like pass the ball. I was surprisingly good. Oh, am I fingering the mic? I'm not even anywhere near the microphone. Literally my hand is that the microphone? No. Like my my thumb is on the other side. There's no way I'm touching the mic. Anyway, so that was a mascot place. Then I lived in Kingsford 3 times. Twice as a kid, and once as an adult. Funnily enough, the place that I used to live with Chris was 2 houses down the street, on the same street as my first ever childhood place. Because when my mom had me, when I was like, when it was literally just me and my mom, we were living with my grandparents. And so eventually she finally got out of that situation and started renting in this Kingsford house. And that's the first place that it was just me and my mom. And we also had a cat named Pudgy. Fun fact, probably a fact that I should say a little bit quieter than I currently am because it's very racist. But my grandma, so that cat ran away and never came back. It was sad because I fucking loved that animal. Like it was, I still have an emotional attachment to that name, right? And this was when I was like 2 or 3. Anyway, that cat ran away, never came back. To console me, my grandma told me that the Chinese people downstairs ate it. How fucked up is that? It just goes to show different generations, right? That's true, meme. I will never understand the I can say this because I am this fucking argument. I'll never get that. I don't know why, it just annoys me. But anyway, so that was that place. We also lived kind of, for the first and only time, not really in the eastern suburbs. We lived in this place called Monterey. It actually wouldn't be a bad area to do a stream. Alright, I'm just gonna wait here, wait for people to pass so I can not look like a freak. Let me read up on the chat because I haven't really read it. Every time I watch an IRL stream, I get so distracted by the outside sounds, not used to them. They sound fake. To be fair, we were in a really busy area. Like that was literally a highway that I was walking next to. The way I see it is I can say this because I can say this. The people can also choose to see you as an arsehole all the same. Absolutely true. Fucking big true. Agreed. Anyway, I don't remember what we were saying, but it was basically, that's right. So I lived in Monterey. It's a really nice area. It's like kind of a beachy area. If I were to compare it to anything in America, for example, I don't know, like Miami is probably the one that comes to mind, or like a Florida-esque area without the shit. Anyway, after that, I think this is the place that we lived. It was me and my sister. I think she lived in this place. I think she was born then. I don't really remember. But it was literally on the street that I'm walking on. And I've got some stories about this place because this place was the place that I was playing. Oh no, it wouldn't have been with my sister because this is when I was playing Game Boy. I was playing Pokemon on my Game Boy. And she wasn't born then. So yeah, this would have been before any of what I've just said. Anyway, so with this place, I had this Game Boy, right? When Pokemon first... I almost dropped my phone. Shit. When Pokemon first came out, I played the shit out of that game. For like 4 or 5 months. Collected nearly every Pokemon. I got Mewtwo. I got pretty much every Pokemon, including the starters, because... So I had this friend, ironically named Tom. I don't talk to him anymore. But me and Tom, we would play on the Game Boy together. And then we both got like a Game Boy Link that allowed you to trade Pokemon. And so we connected the link. Anyway, I thought I was so fucking smart because I was like, we can glitch the system to duplicate the starters. This is like 8 or 9-year-old me. And I'm like, yeah, we can like trade each other the starters. All you have to do is start a new game, but don't save. So I made Tom start a new game on his Game Boy, trade me the starters, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same for you. Before I clicked new game, Tom starts crying. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, you deleted my save. All my Pokemon are gone. And sure enough, like I was like, no, surely, like it must have been because you didn't, like it must have been because you saved. I look at it. I gave it like a try. I tried to do the same thing that I was thinking. And I was like, when you click new game, it overrides your save. No matter what. I felt like shit. Like it was not a nice feeling doing that to a friend. Accidentally, of course. But yeah, the good news was I got all 3 of the starter Pokemon. And so I remember then figuring out with another friend, Ebro, what's it called? The rare candy glitch. Surprisingly, me and Tom stayed friends until high school, actually. It was only after year 6 that we stopped kind of talking because he got held back a year and I didn't. Which is sad because we went to the same high school as well. But anyway. Yeah, so I got all these Pokemon. I got like all these rare candy. And I would just do that glitch over and over and over again to try and get every Pokemon to level 100. Anyway, it gets to the point where I have a near perfect 150. And this is, of course, before I knew about shinies. I go to a park, which I'm gonna take you guys to. We go to the park. I'm playing my Game Boy at the park as a kid. I remember this so clearly. One of the adults came up to us. I know, Monka W. And he was like, do you want to play football with us? Holy shit, this is the place. That balcony right there was my balcony. I'm totally doxing previous Blake, but I used to live literally right there. I haven't been here since I was a kid. Holy shit. All the memories are flooding back. I wonder if you can still enter. No, they put a gate. Wait. I don't know, you can access that. Because there's a back way to the park through here. Is this... I don't know if this is trespassing. It looks like it's a public area. Oh no, it literally says that right there. Unauthorized entry is trespass. Memories though. And the people that lived here, I was good friends with the kids. When I was a kid, of course. Just have to state that. That's a shame though. I wanna take the back entrance to the park because there's a story there. Oh wait, you can still... Okay, here, let's go to the park. Let's go to the park because you can still access what I want to access through the park. And that is public area. Anyway, yeah, with the Pokemon game. So one of the adults came up to us and he's like, do you want to play football with us? And so I remember this as a stupid little kid leaving the Game Boy on the swing set, on the slippery slide area. And then when I came back, it was gone. My perfect, near perfect Pokemon collection just gone. The Game Boy that Mom bought me for Christmas, gone. I genuinely suspect it was the adults. I mean that. Wait a second. No, it wasn't that balcony, it was this one. I remember because there's this little pathway. Hang on. Through that door, because holy shit. My stepdad, at the time his name was Mason, and my mom just got together. They were sitting on kind of like this side, and I, as a kid, was just like grabbing onto the ledge, just kind of like hovering in the water. Anyway, pretty much, I couldn't swim when I was a kid. I hadn't learned. And I let go of the ledge accidentally. I slipped, fell into the water, started shouting, but I couldn't, you know, shout. And my mom swam to me to fucking save me. I passed out. She had to give me CPR. I remember waking up, water just like spilling out of my mouth because I'd ingested so much water. Like it was literally a near-death experience. Oh my god. This is the park. So when I was a kid, when I was a kid, me and Tom would like walk through here to go to the park. And there was a time when we were like just getting into Star Wars because the prequels just came out. I remember I was standing literally right here and I shouted, I think it was he said, Luke, wait, no, not was it, what was it? I can't remember what I said. I can't remember what he said, but I did say, I just shouted, no, Luke, I am your father. And I remember some adults that were playing football around the corner right here who just started pissing themselves laughing because I shouted it at the top of my lungs. I remember like being so embarrassed because one of the guys kind of like repeated what I said. I didn't meet him until I was in high school. I wasn't friends with him until real walking through here for the first time since I was a area. Like,
I remember.
man, this place fucking sucks for internet. Okay, we should be back. Can I get an exclamation point? Oh. All right. Well, kind of sucks that that park is got shit internet. But yeah, that was a wild trip down memory lane for me. I was going to show you exactly where I left the Game Boy when I was a kid, but I was just like, all right, let's just go back down here, down this way, and a few other streets within like maybe 2 or 3 minutes walking. That's where Jason Nash lives. Get doxxed, Jason. Get doxxed. So I got most of the drowning part, Monka S. I got most of the Tom and you part. But what did you say for the guys to laugh at you? So when I was a kid, on that little pathway, me and Tom were just watching Star Wars for the first time because the prequels had just come out. And so I think it was that day, me and him watched the movie for the first time. I think it was episode 4 and 5 and 6. We watched that all together. And then we were so into it that we would play like Star Wars, like lightsaber battles. And so I shouted, "No, Tom, I am your father." Or, "No, Luke, I am your father." I said it so loud that all the adults were like mimicking me. I remember being really embarrassed as a kid because of that. But yeah, so almost round there, and that was a scary fucking day. Like So nearly drowned, lost my Game Boy, had it stolen. I'm pretty sure it was the adults that stole it, and then embarrassed the shit out of myself. I also where I walked to get back out of the shitty internet area, Dad would like push me down the hill with trainers on the bike. And then once I had a feel for it, he took the trainers off without me realizing. And he was like, this is gonna this is gonna actually teach him. Like legit, this is gonna teach him, because he's gonna ride it like normal and not realize that the trainers are off. Anyway, he takes the trainers off, starts pushing me, and I just immediately, bam, hit the fucking ground. Like, just face first. And we did that, I want to say, 3 or 4 times. I remember crying, like, I'm never going to learn how to ride a bike. Like, bawling my eyes out as a kid. I remember he gave up. He was just, like, fed up with my bullshit. He just gave up. And then I can't remember if he kept, like, he finally came back to try again, or if it was just me giving it my best go. Because there was a section, I remember, where I was literally just trying and falling and falling and falling constantly by myself. But when I did eventually learn, I remember just riding up and down that park area that we just walked through. To whoever was, I think I was so excited. And running, I hate jogging, but walking and riding bikes, they are so, like, it's so fun for me to do those things. It's actually why I want, which arguably, now that I've got this good camera and this good phone, we might possibly be able to do. But for now, we'll keep it as walking streams. For the most part, Steffo, I really liked living there as a kid. But when you put it like that, yeah, it was a terrible area. It also has really bad internet. Alright, you guys get to choose. Am I going straight or am I going right? That way we've been before on stream, but to be honest, straight, I don't think there's anything that interesting straight. Alright, let's go right. To be fair, going this way, there's probably a bunch of grocery stores that we could hit up. Because remember, I need to go do my groceries before I go home. Jaywalking. I don't know if that's expensive, Steffo, but I will say, I remember, this is going to be such a boomer take. I remember when my mom was complaining about 70 cents petrol. And now that's 170. I also have a story about this petrol station, funnily enough. So, I'll make it quick, but Jason Nash and another, not friend, but like person that I went to school with. Like, so there was a red light here. So his idea was immediately to do what this guy's doing. Oh wait, maybe not. To like come in through here and just take a left turn through the petrol station. So that's Matt for you. The second time I experienced Matt's reckless fucking driving was going onto a highway. Actually, again, not too far from where we just were. We were going to Jason's place, and it was just me, him, and another friend, Mihal, who you guys have seen a couple of times. Anyway, fucking this guy, man, he was annoyed because the guy behind him was like driving way too close, or too close or something. So, you know how people, like, when that happens, they brake check? They brake check people? Apparently that's not, like, I don't know anything about driving, but is that illegal? I don't know. Anyway, he didn't brake check. What he did was, as we turned onto the highway, it was like a one-lane turn onto the highway, he fucking stopped. He stopped. And not only did he stop, he turned the engine off, shouted at the guy. The guy almost hit us, opened his door to fucking tell Matt off, and then Matt starts driving off as fast as he could. It's actually, he's an idiot. He's an absolute fucking idiot. That's what I do at the lights next to my house, except it's a little shopping corner, not a gas station. Well, it makes sense. Like, I don't know, like, I would do it if I drove. We're going to take a detour, by the way, because I just reminded myself. So, not only do we live really close, or like, not only did I live really close to Jason, which explains, by the way, why me and Jason were friends as kids. Like, I used to go to his place and play Dragon Ball Budokai 3 on PlayStation 2 all the time. Just go to his place and just play that game over and over and over again. Anyway, it was like a 3 or 4 was my school. We've taken a massive detour though. Like, down this street is where we just were. Like, we just went all the way around. But yeah, I would like come through this street every morning and just walk to school. My school is literally right there. I went to 2 primary schools. Effort for my mom to drive me there. So, it fucking sucks for internet, huh? So, on the right here, this is Olsh. Just here. And, I mean, look at me, I'm just fucking beautiful. So, I remember catching the same bus as the girls and just being a fucking player. Because all the girls would, like, I remember this one specific time, right? I was sitting in, I think, one of the back row seats. I was just looking out the window. There were girls sitting in front of me, and they kept like looking back and like looking out the window and like laughing. And I was like getting annoyed because it just kept happening. Also, side tangent, side story. There used to be a lollipop man right here, and he was like my best friend. I fucking loved that dude. I can't remember his name because I was a kid. Actually, no, we're not going to go this way. We're going to go down this way. So, lollipop man, and then I'd go in there. That's like the gate to the area where I actually, you know, did most of my classes. This was the area where, like the admin office, where all the ladies and the, what do you want to call it? Like the office ladies lived. But anyway. Me, because for a while I thought they were just like making fun of something outside, or I don't know what they were doing. She kept like pointing, and every time speak. And I don't know why, because I feel like I would have a very different reaction now. But instead, even though I was annoyed when she did that, I laughed. And it must have been the cutest thing in the fucking world, because they all just pissed themselves laughing. And then one of them was like, "Can I give you a cuddle?" And I'm like, okay. And then for like the rest of the bus ride, how times have changed. That does not happen anymore. But anyway. So that was my time in that school that was called OLR, Our Lady of the Rosary. Now here's the difficult part. I don't really have much more content, especially now that Stepho's gone. Can anyone else in chat supply me some content? Otherwise, we're just going to walk home. Let's go through here. Because we're about to enter, like, the uni area, which you guys know I love walking through the uni. Hey Tom, are you there? God damn, it took you that long to say something? Am I just on a massive delay? Oh, I remember another story. So I used to work at Game, right? And obviously the competitor, just remember this building, this building right here. Anyway, I used to work at Game. The competitor in Australia to Game was EB Games. Fucking hell. Sam, I'm in public again, and my legs hurt. Can I do it when I get home, please? I'm mid-telling a story. You piece of shit. I don't even have my other phone to do the counter. So I don't even know if I could count to a minute. Just this once, do it at home. Okay, thank you for your graciousness. How are you, Sam? Anyway, back to the story. So, that place back there was the home of one of the guys that used to work at EB Games. And I was becoming friends with him, and he was basically trying to poach me from game, kind of like move me over to EB Games. And to be honest, I was like kind of on board with that idea as well, because game fucking sucked. It was like I worked there for like 2 or 3 months. I sucked at that job, and the manager hated me. Anyway, so me and this guy became friends over World of Warcraft, right? Which was pretty funny, because it was when I first started to get in, like really into WoW, during like, I think it was Mists of Pandaria. And this guy invited me over to his house, and that was the last day I was friends with him, because I went to his fucking house, which was just back there, and I shit you not, I almost threw up walking in. It smelled like cat shit. Specifically cat shit. And just in general was a fucking mess. It sucked. And it was just a horrible, horrible experience. And the entire time, it was just him gloating about how good he was at WoW. So, I walk in, he sits me down, he's like, watch this. 3 hours of him playing PvP World of Warcraft, just killing people over and over and over again, gloating, until I eventually said, yeah, I'm gonna go home. And then there's more to this story, because we went, like, he's like, oh, okay, well, let's do this one thing. I can't remember what it was, but it involved, because I lived on the way from here, on the way to his workplace and my workplace. So he was like, oh, let's go to the workplace first. I need to pick something up. And if you're going home, you know, I'll come with you. So we start going there. We reach this mall called AEST Gardens. That's where I used to work. And so, and hello, Ben, by the way. I did see you, but I just forgot to say hello. The entire time, he's trying to convince me to go out with him and one of the girls that worked at EB. Because he was like, oh, you know, you can fuck her. I'm like, what? Like, I actually genuinely thought she was disgusting. But he was so adamant that I needed to bang her. Eventually, we reach this place, the workplace. She's there, and she convinces me that I've got to go out with them. And I did not feel like going out with them. But anyway, we end up going back this way, funnily enough, to this place. I can't remember what it's called. We're kind of close to it. I don't know if it's still there, but pretty much we walk in, and the entire night is just full of us drinking. Both my friend and this girl actively trying to get me drunk. I felt so shit. I ended up calling a friend, and he came over, like, to this bar to hang out with us. But main idea was, so if I get too drunk, he can take me home. Because I started feeling genuinely sick. Oh shit, they got a Woolworths Metro here. Maybe they have chicken chippies. Anyway. It wasn't Tom, by the way. It was a different friend, Mihal. So, I finally was convinced that she wanted the dick. She wanted to fuck. And you know when you get so drunk that it just doesn't matter anymore? Well, I essentially convinced myself, okay, fine, I'll do it. I was a virgin at the time, because this is when I was about 17 or 18, and she was just coming on to me the entire night. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So I start finally getting flirty with her. 5 minutes later, she's macking on me now. She's just like all over him. Literally just like fucking his face. Just sucking it off. So this entire time was them. Just to recap. The entire time was them trying to get me drunk, actively trying, extremely subtle hints, me eventually succumbing and just saying, okay, let's get it over with. And then I get fucking cock-blocked. I got cocked by my friend. To be fair, he didn't really know any of the situation. But my God, I left that place so mad. I was just so fucking pissed off, so upset. Because I felt like I'd just wasted my time and they were just actively trying to piss me off. Which, if they were, hey, it worked. But anyway, so that was that story. I don't really have anything else. Let's go back to flipping the camera. But how are you, Ben? I don't know if that's sarcasm about my story being absolute fire, absolutely litty. Because I know this, but I need to like learn how to tell stories. I can talk, but for whatever reason, when it comes to telling stories, especially personal stories, I absolutely suck at engaging people. Like, Good man was walking at the dogs and drinking beers. What are you drinking? What beers? Alright, I think I'm gonna go left here. I'm gonna go through the uni, because that's like the fastest way home from here. There is stuff to do this way, and in fact the bar is that way. But it's been an hour and a half of just walking. I'm kind of tired, and I won't lie, I'm kind of scared that I'll get fined, because I think this is outside, or like just inside the 1K, or however far it is that you're allowed to be in or within the restriction rules. Oh, nice. I don't really like Tui's. I don't know why. My beer of choice, I've never really liked beer, to be honest, until this year. And my beer of choice at the moment is Asahi. Asahi beer is so fucking nice. It's just so smooth, and it's bitter but not too bitter. Also, I think if we go this way, we can go to Coles on the way, and we can look for chicken chippies. Because the area that I live in, right, We've already raided the Woolworths, and the Woolworths has absolutely nothing. But the Coles is like double or nearly triple, actually, the size of the Woolies in that area. So I might go there and see if I can get any of the Ingham's chicken chippies. / just anything in general. It's just... So I love this part of the uni. Options together in a poll for you guys to oh, by the way, donate to the mukbang stream, because I really want to do it. But I won't be doing it unless we hit the community challenge points. But I wouldn't mind if we do the mukbang stream, one of the options being walk all the way to the Woolies that I know has chicken chippies. Buy it. And it would be a massive stream. It would be such a long walk. But buy it and then walk back home and have the mukbang. Coles doesn't stock Ingham's. They've been out of stock at Woolies for ages. What? Okay. Thank you, Gavin. Honestly, that saves us a lot of time, because I genuinely didn't know if they had that brand. Dav knows his chicken chippies, mate. Well, that's okay. I still need to go to either Coles or Woolworths to get some groceries. Again, though, that Woolworths is kind of shit. So I might take us to Coles this time. Rate it. Stream it. You guys can choose what I buy. That's not true. I only need, like, food for the next day. The next 2 days. So I'm definitely going to pick up some chicken. Oh! Isn't it beautiful, chat? In the distance. The McDonald's M. The Golden Arches. Thing of beauty. Coles might have waffle fry. Oh, true. What brand is that? Dav, do you know what brand the waffle fries are? God damn, this area is so fucking nice. Especially during winter. It's just so... I know it's not winter now. But, like, I would walk through here for fun. If it wasn't fucking lockdown. Next winter, if I'm not dead, if I still live in this area, which I probably will, because I'll never move to Melbourne like I've been meaning to. Next winter, we're definitely, like, doing a bunch of IRL streams. And this is definitely going to be on a bucket list. Well, not a bucket list, but like a list of places to come. Just to walk. God, you're a city sleep. I know. I don't know, like, I could never live in the fucking country, dude. Like, I'm not a farm boy. Also, just in general, like, I went to get my vaccine shot, and they did it in the stadium. I can't remember what the stadium's called. But it's like an hour drive away from where I live. And it's not country by any means. Like, it's a proper area. But I was looking around, I was like, I don't think I could live here. Because while there is internet, there's just nothing. Like, there's no places of interest. There's no, like, stores that I know. There's no restaurants. There's no cafes. Not that I go to restaurants or cafes, but I like having that there. You know? Brand is Bell Farmers waffle cut fries. Alright, we'll look out for Bell Farmers. Is that in the frozen food section? One thing that I hate about walking through here, going this way, so I usually like go the other way that we just came in from. Going this way, we have to go up, and it's significantly like a proper incline. There's a lot of staircases. Although now that I'm a little bit more fit, maybe it won't be so bad. Frozen chippies. All right, we're gonna look. It's Hogwarts, chat. Looks exactly like Harry Potter 2. I'll give you a better view. That's pretty cool. This is a pretty nice uni, man. Every time I walk through here, it makes me wish I went. I think this is the first time that we've walked through here with actual good quality internet and good quality stream. So you guys can finally see what I see, like proper. The best part about it, vending machines. What a scam. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, stairs that go on for days. Oh, what a workout. Surely I'll lose like at least 5 kilos doing this. I will not be doing this tomorrow. I will be sitting at home, clocking in a total of 50 steps for my day. You know what's scary? Since I started doing these walking streams, every time I do them, I clock in between 10 to 15k steps. And then I take a day off and I don't do any walking streams. I don't clock in more than like 70 steps. Ah, my favorite area, chat. Sometimes I come here just to sit down. It's just so nice. Especially on a cold winter's night. Yeah, 100 meters, I know. That's more than I expected, honestly. It's just me standing up to go to the bathroom. What do you think of the uni? I think it's pretty neat. I should sign up for a course just so I can have an excuse to come here. Everywhere you say is nice is treed areas or parks. Sounds like you'd indulge in country living. Yeah, but like, okay. If I lived in the country, what am I expected to do? Do I have to do work? Like, what work do I have to? Can I live in the country but stream full time? Is that a possibility? And literally just like use the country as my playground, use the country as content. Just live on a property. Mayor does. What kind of property? Like, I really don't understand. Is it like just a house that you lease that just so happens to be on a farm? Or is it like separate to the farm? Do you own a substantial bit of land with this property? We live on a 20-acre macadamia farm. So that's the thing, like, you live on a macadamia farm. So do you have to farm it? Or can I like hire people to farm it? If I have money, of course. Which I don't. We have a mortgage and all that jazz. Yeah, right. So you just like bought a macadamia farm. Why macadamia farm? Is that just what got inherited with the property? Or like, did you specifically go out looking for a macadamia farm? I didn't even know macadamia farms were a thing that you could live on properly. Like, I know that they're a thing, but like, I would have thought that they were for farmers that send it to some sort of heavy produce company that, you know, sells it to supermarkets or something like that. Fuck, it's windy here. You don't have to, but it's fairly simple work for a decent income. So you actually make income off the macadamia farm. Shut the fuck up, Ben. Voss water is just the same shit. I just bought it for the water bottle, man. That's all I bought it for. I just like fill it up with normal tap water. I've used the same bottle for like 2 years. It's fucking dirty as shit too. Our farm is a small one. We harvest about 10 ton per year average. Fuck. And that's considered small, huh? Well, it makes sense, but still. Do you have like equipment to farm the macadamia like properly? You know, like, and when I say equipment, I don't mean like tools. I mean like proper, like a tractor, for example, or how do you farm it? I guess this is probably getting into a lot of detail, but I'm actually so curious. Like, do you pick it by hand? You can get contractors to do all the shit you can't do or don't want to do. Yeah, right. Are they all the foreigners? Like, I genuinely mean this without being memey, but I know for a fact Japanese people and Brazilian people, and some Irish people as well, a lot of friends from those places have told me that to visit Australia, to like stay here longer, they've had to do like farm work. And they like just pick fruits for like a year to be able to stay here longer or something like that. Okay, so yeah, a tractor, right. Local contractors who have big setups to spray the trees and harvest the nuts. Can you pick it by hand, or like, obviously you can, but is it at all feasible? Like, if you couldn't afford a tractor for whatever reason, could you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna spend 16 hours of my day just picking nuts? Do it all by hand. It's the love that you put in. We did the first couple of years. It's not financially viable though. Okay. Yeah, I guess that also makes sense. Won't lie. I've been walking for an hour and 45. My feet feel like they're gonna fall off. What an exhilarating experience. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Your uncle, who's in his late 70s, handpicked the entire farm for the first 2 seasons on his own. Jesus. He picked 11 ton the first season and 10 the next. What a Chad. Oh, actually, we're kind of near that area. That I was talking about before. It would be too difficult to get there from here. It's close, but they closed the road, so you kind of have to go all the way around. So I guess we'll do it next time. But I want to show you that area. Probably best that we go to that place when lockdown ends, because there's a lot of restaurants around there as well that we can check out. Sydney Children's Hospital. I was a frequent when I was a kid to this hospital. I was here every fucking 6 months. And that's a true story. When I was a kid, all the way up until I was about 15 years old, every 6 months, I would come down with the worst migraine you could possibly imagine. And I was out off my feet for 2 weeks. If I opened my eyes and looked at the light, like, I'd just be sick. I'd just throw up. I was bubble boy. Like, I was so fragile. And then one day, when I was like 14 or 15, I just stopped having them. Like, you could almost get it down to a science. Like, okay, he's gonna have his migraine in June. It was always June and December, which sucks because June's my birthday and December's Christmas. And in fact, there was one Christmas, I got it on Christmas Day. I came down with this migraine, and my mom woke me up playfully with the present that she got me. It was a tennis racket because I was into tennis at the time, and she bonked me on the head with it to wake me up, and I started screaming, just like in so much pain because I woke up with this migraine, and she'd like just like triggered it. It was horrible. I feel bad for my mom. But it was not a nice experience waking up to that as a kid. Sometimes I think that it wasn't that I grew out of it, but rather I just tolerate the pain now. Because sometimes I have some pretty horrible headaches, but nothing like what I've explained about when I was getting them. Like, there was a very significant feeling. Like, I would look at the light, just gone. Just the most pain you could imagine. I'd have to close my eyes for like 10 minutes, feeling a genuine dizziness. Until finally it would settle. And then it was the same every day. Like, in the morning, it was the worst. Then about 3 or 4 o'clock, I kind of recovered, but not fully. Like, around 3 or 4 o'clock, I could start watching TV. It was a bad experience. Alright, I better stop talking as much because we're going into the Coles. So I'm flipping the cam. I'll still be here. Dude, I remember watching all my Cartoon Network shows whenever I was sick like that. But I couldn't watch the ones that I wanted because the ones that I wanted were on that, like, in the morning. I think the best one that I would watch, yeah, Fairly Odd Parents. And although not as good, but still kind of good, Billy and Mandy. Did I ever see Pigeon Boy? That sounds... You know, Billy and Mandy is good, but Fairly Odd Parents is genuinely better. Alright, one sec, I gotta check in chat. Okay, we should be back. Let me grab a basket. Alright, what am I getting first? Oh, these all look like scams. Well, that wasn't me. I'm not picking that up. Alright, I'm getting a whole chicken.
Bili na ako ng tinapay.
Hell yeah, it's first on the list. Oh, would there be chicken chippies here? I don't think so. $6.50 for Vegemite. I can't eat Vegemite anyway on the diet. It's too salty. Alright, Ben, what was it called again? What brand? Oh! Is it these? Ingham's chicken breast tenders. I don't think it's here. I don't see what's it called? Bell's Farmers. I think this is literally all they have. Yeah, they don't have it. Hold on, maybe here? This is all McCain. Is it that? Nah, I don't think so. I think you're right. I think it is a Woolies exclusive. Sorry.
mate.
You good.
Thank you.
All good. God damn. Walking through here is fucking terrifying. Should be that polite to you? Get fucked, chat. I fucking hate you all. You know what? There's just nothing to buy. I'm just gonna buy the full chicken, that's it.
Good job,
Alright. I'm gonna end stream. Go home because I don't want to dox myself. So I'll catch you later.